Hello, and welcome back to the GorillaBiker, and today what we're doing is changing the front tire on the V-Strom, because this Anarchy, which I'll show you, is it's not pretty. It's kind of squared off. It's been squared off for a long time. A trip to West Virginia saved it in the past, but now it is time to change it. And I do have a new one, so that's okay. It's right. Whoa, nearly dropped you, but you're okay. New one right there. So we will be using the RABACONDA as always. I do really like the system. And other than that, yeah, what am I going to do? I'll show you. So first we'll need to loosen, well, this is a 30, size 30 hex bolt nut, hex nut. Then we're going to do these two 10mm pinch bolts. You'll obviously have to take off the calipers and put them on something to hang them with, which I'm going to use a bungee cord. These are both 12 mils. And then the big mama jamma, this over here is a 24mm Allen, which I did have to special order a long time ago. And you will need to special order one, you can't just find them. I can't remember where I got mine, it was some tool shop online. But as you can see, the center piece, like we're nearly at the wear bar in the middle, but on the edges we're actually past it here. Theoretically, but also this ridge, I don't know if will it come across on camera, but it's really like there's a big ridge in the middle, right there, that feels really unpleasant to transition on. And this tire has done like probably 15,000 miles at this point, so it doesn't owe me anything. I am going to change it and put on a new Anarchy 3, exact same one again. Now, if I'd been smart, I would also be doing bearings this time around, but I forgot to order them. But for me, it's not a big deal to whip off the front wheel and change these anyway, if when we check these, they don't feel great. Otherwise, I will be doing front and rear bearings on this soon anyway, because the bike's coming up on 30,000 miles, and I'd rather just have them done. One thing you can also take out, just to be on the safe side, is your ABS sensor as well, just so you don't damage anything. I don't think you need to, though. We'll try it without. So first things first, you want to break loose the nut, basically, that's holding the axle in place. I would suggest a breaker bar here, and it's a size 30. You want to remove that. You can leave all your pinch bolts in place, then undo your pinch bolts both sides, and you'll be able to slide your axle out once you've removed your calipers. As you'll see in this very sped up clip here, I did the pinch bolts, then I removed the calipers, hung them up with bungee cords, and I took out the wheel. Now, as I say later in the video, I would also recommend removing the little ABS sensor, just so you don't break it, and you don't risk breaking it, because yeah, you don't want to break it. It's it's probably expensive. But yeah, that's kind of step one to get the wheel out. You'll also see I do check wheel bearings here. That's just a case of putting your finger on them and turn them, and trying to wiggle them from side to side. Any roughness or any movement side to side, the bearing is done and you want to replace it. Okay, I would recommend taking out this lower bolt. You can see I did not, but as you can see, that does protrude quite a bit. So I managed to dodge it because I was keeping an eye, but I think just for safety's sake, I would say take this one out, so you don't damage it. Just a bit safe. So now just a quick setup of the RABACONDA. It's very easy to put together. Those black pieces on the front are the wheel blocks to protect your rim, basically. I have a full video on the RABACONDA. I would recommend watching that if you want to see this in more detail. But putting it together is very easy. Then it's just me setting up the wheel blocks to make sure they're in the right position. Then I'm going to pull the valve core to let all the air out of the tire. Once all the air is out of the tire, you can actually set up the bead breaker and break it all the way around on both sides. Once that's done, you fit up the duck head and then pull the tire off in total. But again, full video details this a lot better, of course, but very easy to use, and I really do love it. Okay, so real time, that is 16 minutes 57 seconds. That is from getting the wheel off to the tire off. This is kind of why I say this is, once you have the right equipment, and you do need these pit bowl stands set at the highest elevation, the adjustable front stand, to be able to work on the V-Strom. But they're worthy investment, because now I can do the forks and everything with these two. And the RABACONDA, I love being able to just do this like on a Sunday night at 13 minutes past 8. It's warm, that's why my heart rate's up, but it just makes things so much easier, you know? I just like being able to just be able to do this, you know, without having to rely on anyone else. So yeah, now for the new tire. One thing I always recommend doing while you have the tire off and using the RABACONDA is to give the wheel a really good clean, because you're not going to get this opportunity very often to give it a good clean. A couple of other things to note while I'm cleaning it is make sure your tire orientation is correct. So it's easy to check on the V-Strom because of the ABS ring. So the ABS ring is always going to be on the right hand side of that wheel. There you see me lubing up the bead on the tire, very important for mounting. I just push on one side, mount the duck head back in, which gave me a little bit of trouble this time, which, yeah, anyway. Then I actually made a mistake here, so I had to go around again. You'll see this actually pulls off. I didn't have the rear side of the tire in the drop center. Watch the full video to learn more about that. So I had to basically do 2 rounds around the wheel to get that tire fully seated. Not a big deal, still very easy, and I really enjoy using this thing. 27 minutes 33, even though I did some stupid stuff there. So now I can set this on the bead and put it back on the bike, and we're done. Alright, that's that mounted back up. 36 psi in the front. I have balanced the wheel. You can see the wheel weights right there. And next what we're going to do is torque this. This is 100 Newton meters. These guys here are 26, I think. I'll check that. I lied. These are 23 Newton meters. And remember, they're pinch bolts, so you want to kind of go back and forth between them, tighten them up. And then you have your caliper holders, which are like, or your caliper bolts, which are like 32 Newton meters. I've never really torqued caliper bolts, to be honest. I just kind of do them hand tight. Same with the pinch bolts, honestly. I always torque the axle though. So 100 Newton meters, 23, 32, I think. So double check that on a service manual if you have it, or Google. But that's honestly how easy it is with the RABACONDA. I also do this Motion Pro wheel balancer. Well, that bit goes on there as well. And yeah, I mean, overall, it's been, whatever I said earlier, it's now 8:40. I'll have this on and finished in no time. I also stopped to talk to Toaster for a few minutes. So all in all, if you're looking to do this stuff long term yourself, and I mean, I have a number of bikes, so it made sense. It made sense for me. This might not make sense for you. I have separate videos on the RABACONDA. This was just to show you that it's quite easy to do on the V-Strom, and I have a review coming for the Anarchy's, the Anarchy 3s soon, even though I'm not sure they're actually available anymore. But I've been through a number of front and rear ones now, so yeah, video review coming soon. I must correct myself. The caliper bolts are actually 39 Newton meters, not 32. And obviously don't forget to put in your little ABS sensor here as well. That's an 8mm bolt. And I don't know the torque for this, but it's like not very much. You don't wanna go mad on one of these little fellas. So just a little pinch with a spanner will do, and that's it, all torqued up and ready to drop it down. So that's it. It is warm as always in North Carolina. The point of this video is just to show you, because people have been asking me, you know, is it easy? I know Gears and Gadgets made videos on the RABACONDA recently, and someone messaged me and said, hey, you know, you made this look easier, I suppose. Part of it is the tires. You know, he's working with cruiser tires. These are much easier to mount. Like that's seated with only like 40 psi. The Dunlop Q5S's did take like a lot of PSI to seat before. The key is just use as much as it takes to seat them and then let them out. So like have your valve core out and then just keep pumping air until they seat. They will seat, trust me, they will 100% seat. It might scare you, but I think the Q5S took 80 PSI, and that's over 3 tires. I've used two Q5S rear tires and one Q5S front, and all of them took a lot of pressure to seat, so don't be too afraid of it. But yeah, the RABACONDA, I love it. I've changed 11 tires with it now. So if you were to take that at like bringing the wheel somewhere, a lot of places around here charge $75 per wheel now, so that is more than paid for itself. I paid around about $500. I did get a 20 discount, 25% discount from RABACONDA, which is in the the main video of the RABACONDA review. I would recommend going watching that if you want to see kind of a more detailed video. I love it. I mean, it's really easy to store, it's really easy to break down, and it's enabled me to look after all of my bikes myself, which is, it's a time saver too. I mean, I enjoy spending time in my garage with music on, drinking a cup of tea. It's a lot less fun, to hang up the bike, take those wheels off and bring them to cycle gear or wherever to change the tires. I'm much rather sitting in my own garage, surrounded by my bikes, and just kind of enjoying my evening, because I enjoy this stuff. If you enjoy working on your own bikes, that's a big thing too. And the bonus for this is, like right now, I don't have many friends near me with bikes. Hopefully in the future that will change at some point, and then I can do their tires too, and we can, chat and whatever while you're changing tires. That's a huge part of it for me, is, the kind of the future prospects of this. I've only had it for like a year, and I'm sure it's going to be serviceable for a long time yet. So, that's it. But yeah, 39 newton meters for the caliper bolts, 23 newton meters for the pinch bolts, 100 newton meters for the axle bolt, and that's all you really need to take off to get that done. I need to bleed those brakes because they're a little bit grabby, so that's something I'll do next. I'm not going to do a video on bleeding brakes. I don't feel it's necessary, so because I've done lots of videos on brakes and bleeding brakes before. So if you want me to do it on the V-Strom particularly, let me know. I will be doing a video on just changing the rear pads on the V-Strom soon, because I need to do them, and I will have to bleed that obviously when I change them, so I might just do all that as a one and done. And yeah, other stuff coming up on the V-Strom soon is I will be doing the forks, and I'll probably also change the spring on the rear shock, because I actually did it on Rafa's bike. Anywho, if you've watched, thank you very much for watching. As always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons. Hopefully this video is useful for someone. And yeah, until next time, thanks again for watching. Adios. Outro crew. Is the RABACONDA something you would consider buying? There it is over there. So that you can do some lovely work to your bikes yourself, like I do. Or is this something that you see me doing these videos and you're like, nah, I don't want to do that. That seems like way too much work. Let me know. Bye, Outro crew.